All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. It's I Quit My Band. Hey, good to see you guys. It's been 10 minutes. Hey, Decker. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Comment down below. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Get the shirt in the description and subscribe on Patreon. $5 a month to become a quitter. We are talking about the Battle for Ozfest. Episodes 7 and 8 are coming out this Sunday. Like we said, things are heating up over in the Ozfest.
Things are heating up for IQMB too.
And they are.
Mention the big partnership.
Yeah. So we talked about it a little. We're going to be talking about it a little bit in bumper videos for our next couple episodes. But we have sort of partnered with Riot Fest. They wanted our intel. They wanted.
They consulted us on the lineup.
Like, what are the Chads?
They consulted us on the lineup for Riot Fest.
Yep.
No, that didn't happen. But they did reach out and say, "Hey, you guys, can you help us with our lineup rollout announcement with promoting the festival?" And if, we're nice guys. And we said, "Riot Fest, we'll help you."
Yeah, of course.
We'll help you out.
Yeah.
You know?
So we're going to be potting from the Ernie Ball stage at 11 a.m.
We're not hosting or anything, but Riot Fest, we did a skit for them that's going to be posted tonight. It's a funny one, and we're going to be talking about, Riot Fest before the shows. Go to Riot Fest, Douglas Park, Chicago, so September 18th through the 20th. Go to their website, riotfest.org. Get your tickets. You can get on a payment plan for your tickets, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty sick.
Because tickets are expensive these days. I'm pretty sure I'm done with seeing live music. They're so expensive. But Riot Fest...
Except for Riot Fest.
That's
the only concert I'm going to.
That's the only one I have on my schedule, dude.
Sick lineup. I mean, we got Alanis Morissette. We got Tool. You got Nas. You got Bright Eyes, Pixies, Iggy Pop, Morrissey. There's a real nice unk chunk in the middle.
The unk chunk.
Dude, I really like. You got Iggy Pop, Morrissey, Pixies, Patti Smith, Sugar, The Sex Pistols, Public Image Ltd. Like, right in the middle is all the bands that I'm going to be seeing.
And then we got Chat Pile.
Oh, yeah. Dude. You got Chat Pile.
Had to get it on.
We did.
Yeah, dude, we
absolutely had to get it. Yard Act. Who I love.
Is sick. Teen Mortgage.
Foxy Shazam.
That's a callback. I haven't heard from them in a while.
You got Greet Death. You got Kiwi Jr. You got Sloth Rust, another band I really
like.
Rust. Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
So, great lineup. You'll be able to see the boys there if you head out, or at least one of us.
Evan is the only one that is guaranteed to go. I have a work trip the same weekend. JJ has a work trip of sorts.
I think
you're going to be playing gigs all that weekend.
Oh yeah,
right?
I'm playing gigs.
Yeah,
playing cooler shit than the fucking Riot.
Hey, what the hell? They're our sponsor, for Christ's sake.
I'm trying to get out of my thing.
Yeah.
I've already put it in the ear of someone this past week. I was like, you know what? I might not go to that. And they're like, what? And I'm like, oh, nothing.
You just immediately bitch out. Yeah, dude. No, I mean, I will do anything you want.
I'll go. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Douglas Park, Chicago. Evan will be there. Maybe
he'll be our boots on the ground for sure.
Other people, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
But
that's fun. Now on to the let's get it on.
Yeah.
Had to get it on.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be talking about an album that maybe we shouldn't be talking about tonight. We do this about once a year. I think like the first year was like Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
And then I think we talked about Taylor Swift. And now we're talking about Olivia Rodrigo. And we were going to not talk about her. We're like, should we?
I actually suggested we don't.
You were the one that didn't want to do it, and Guts was one of your favorite albums.
One of my favorite albums from 2 years ago.
It
might have been my number one.
It was your number one.
Yeah. I was trying to remember if we reviewed that one or I just like talked it up pretty hard.
Freelanced it.
You freelanced it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were thinking about not doing this, but Olivia Rodrigo on Guts. I mean, first of all, it was your number one album.
Guts is
of that
so
year.
good, dude.
And she has like the most, Chadness to her out of like the pop, girls.
Yeah.
There's no Chadness with Ariana or Taylor Swift, or there's a little bit of Chadness with Chapel. I got
I know you do.
I got a sweet spot for
You
Chapel.
do have some.
I love
Chappelle,
Chapel, dude.
Yeah,
She's my
Chappelle,
favorite.
Run, yeah.
Sabrina, there is zero.
Zero.
That is negative chat.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm not even sure who else, but Olivia Rodrigo probably has the most.
I mean,
Chappell Run.
there's like the 4 horsewomen of
Yeah.
pop currently.
The Mount
It's like
Rushmore.
The Mount Rushmore. It's like Sabrina, Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, and like
T Swift. You still got to give it to her.
I guess
Even
but-
after that.
No, dude.
Absolute
Debacle.
fumble.
Yeah.
You didn't put Chapel in there. Did you put Chapel in?
Did I say Chapel's the 4th?
Chapel's
yeah,
number
there,
4,
yeah,
dude.
there you go. Did I say that?
Yeah, she's definitely the one that has like been positioned the most to at least be somewhat interesting to bald men in their 30s.
She's the heir of Slytherin.
Yes. She's the only one that sounds kind of like Hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
even though
like-
she's like a 24-year-old girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who was on Disney Channel.
Yeah.
So there's really not much different, on paper.
No,
But-
I mean, her and Sabrina are very similar people, being
Yeah.
former Disney adults, similar
Yeah.
age, making similar kinds of music.
And I remember checking out Guts, and I was like, I didn't love it, but like there was Get Him Back,
Ugh,
which
so
like
good.
sounded like the Butthole Surfers a little bit, and
Yeah.
I was like, all right. And it had like that fuzzy bass, and it sounded like there was a full band there, and she's like taken like Die Spitz on tour with her. She's like I think done some stuff with Phoebe Bridgers. I'm not sure.
She like performed with The Cure.
The Cure.
Yeah.
I want to say Slater Kinney too.
Maybe
I'm not
so.
That
sure.
sounds right.
Yeah.
She got like the rub from everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
David Byrne.
David Byrne.
yeah.
She like kind of stole the Pump It Up riff on the first record, I think.
Yeah.
And Elvis Costello was like, it's fine. Like, let her have it.
And Paramore.
yeah.
What was that one song?
She did a song with Hayley Williams, I think.
She did a song with Hayley Williams, but I think there was a song on Guts that was like a complete ripoff of like Misery. Oh, Good for You.
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
That's on the one
exactly
Spitting image.
That's before Guts, whatever that one was called.
Sour.
Sour.
Yeah. So she's like kind of the hero of the pop, girlies for, like you said, bald dudes in their 30s that feel like they need to attach themselves to one another.
I'm still hip
I'm
and
still
cool.
very hip. Yeah.
I'm the resident pop guy. I
Yeah.
think I tend to consume more of it. I just, I love me a good hook. I love me a good
dude.
singable melody, and I've listened to all of the major releases that have come from these people, and Olivia Rodrigo for some reason is the one that tends to resonate with me. I think there's maybe just more of like a rock touch at times, at least previously.
The way you said rock touch, you're like, there's more of a rock touch.
What
do you mean?
Yeah. There was part of me because I went back and listened to Guts in
Yeah.
preparation for this, and like thinking of it as your number one album was a little funny, where she's just like fell into his sheets.
Well, I
was
said-
like, got his ass.
I said during when I named that my number one, I'm like, this isn't for me at all, because it's not.
Yeah.
But I think that was a pretty weak music year for me. So that ended up as
I do
the
remember
number
that
one.
being a weak music year for you.
But whatever, that happens, and I stand by it.
She's back with another album this year.
Yeah.
Called "You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love." This I didn't have any. I feel like with the past couple, there was like the TikTokization of a couple songs. This one kind of completely came out of nowhere for me. I didn't know this was happening. I wasn't prepared for it. I was just like, oh, we got another Olivia Rodrigo album. Maybe I'll check it out. I didn't really think it wasn't like a cultural moment like the other ones felt like.
For sure, and also like if you pay attention to like the cycles of these pop stars, it's
Yeah.
like they put something out, they tour on it vigorously for like 2 years, they go away for a couple of years, then they come back with something new and they're reinvented and they have a new aesthetic, and then they do it all over again. Whatever. Sabrina kind of broke the mold by putting albums out in back-to-back years with whatever the two were called. And so, but like Olivia Rodrigo didn't really go away for that long. In fact, like she was touring up until not that long ago, like for a very long time. And, she was still making festival appearances. Like she performed with David Byrne and that kind of thing. And then, so it was kind of interesting to see an album announced and then put out. You know, she did Saturday Night Live not that long ago and things like that. And I wasn't that into the singles because there were at least 2. Maybe they put out like fucking 5 or something. But I listened to 2. There was Drop Dead, and I believe there was also
The Cure.
The Cure. That was the most recent one, I think.
Because the other one, like Driver's License, was the first like huge.
That was
song.
the big one, and then there was Vampire. I think was like the other big TikTok one.
That one was from Guts. Yeah,
because both of those even hit me, and I'm ingesting probably the least out of everyone on here. But even those 2, I was like, okay, I've heard these songs. Yeah.
This one didn't feel like it had one of those.
No, it kind of happened fast too. Like they did singles, and then like a month later, the record came out or whatever. So like, hey, there's like fucking marketing science behind all this shit because all these chicks are products that people want to make money off of.
Yeah, this album though, I mean, listening to it in full, I feel like there easily could have been something that like would have popped off on TikTok. I'm kind of surprised.
There's still maybe
it didn't. You know, it probably could after the fact. But I mean, generally, I was pretty impressed by this. I mean, I'm like, I don't remember a ton of Guts. Like, I remember Getting Back. That's pretty much all I remember.
Banger.
And it's a good song. And it's also in like some like fucking, depression pill commercial. And I'm always like, I want to get it back.
I'm going to take Cymbalta so that I can live my shit life.
Exactly, dude. So I know that song pretty well. But I mean, this was like, I don't know, like it felt like a good mix of that kind of rock tone a little bit and like balladry. It felt like this. The one thing I think about this record is that like it feels the most like it did everything it possibly can. Like it feels like a very full album. Like every song is taken to all the places that it could possibly go.
I feel like I listened to a different album.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt like the listening to Guts, I felt like the like songwriting persona worked better in that like pop punk Rodrigo 182 style.
Yeah, yeah.
And this feels kind of just like a pop album that could be from kind of anybody.
I kind of would agree with that.
Like the instrumentals, like there's a couple that pull a bit more from like 80s new wave, which I like.
Yeah.
Like the ones that I really like are My Way and Expectations. Expectations has like
great.
The giant Gary Newman.
Yeah, that's
synth.
like the
yeah.
Where like the rest of it just kind of felt like almost like a bait and switch, where it's like it was introduced as this like more rock centric pop
I didn't even know
project, and now it's like getting to this third album. It kind of felt like maybe Phoebe Bridgers and Taylor Swift having a handshake.
A lot of Phoebe Bridgers, a lot of Taylor Swift. There's a lot of like lovey-dovey, cheesy kind of Disney lyrics on this.
Yes, and I think that stuff went down smoother on Guts because like it's snot-nosed, it's punky.
Yeah.
You kind of expect it to have kind of like a tongue-in-cheek. But yeah, there's like my stepdad caught us making out in the Piggly Wiggly parking lot, Phoebe Bridgers, and then like the Ain't I a Stinker Taylor Swift like cleverness. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Like I think like I agree with you about the songs that they're like expertly crafted.
That's what I'm trying to say.
In a lab. I don't understand. Well, there's like probably a billion ghostwriters on this.
Yeah.
But there like the new thing is like to pretend that there aren't ghostwriters.
There's just one white dork that hangs out with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. One white dork, or it's just Sabrina Carpenter is like more genius than like fucking Paul McCartney, which isn't true.
Yeah.
Beethoven, Vaughn, Carpenter.
Yeah, exactly. So this shit was all definitely engineered in a lab, and I think there's like way more different vibes on this thing, like throughout all like 50 minutes of it or whatever, than there were on previous ones. But I can get behind it more. I really like this because it's more diverse, I guess. When you mentioned the like Bridgers or Swift comparisons, I'd prefer a Bridgers comparison versus a Taylor Swift comparison.
There's a little bit of Swift on
There's
here,
a little
though.
bit of Swift.
Yeah, mostly in the lyrics.
The lyrics, for sure.
Like, the vibe is very Bridgers because it's like that, it's a lot more ballady.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, like, the first half of the record doesn't work for me as well as the back half because, like, we get a couple piano ballads, like, right after each other's. And some of those remind me a lot of Phoebe Bridgers in, like, the specificity of the lyrics and, like, like, we talk about it all the time, like, pulling one little specific thing. But, like, stuff like meditation with a bottle of wine, like that reminds me so much of Taylor Swift that I can't not say it.
There's one Taylor Swift. There's one song like it's towards the beginning. It might be Drop Dead, which is like I always saw us like standing together or something like that. Like that line reminded me so much of like an old Taylor Swift song. There is like a lot of that like goody two shoes stuff on there, but there's a lot of like so much of this reminds me of Phoebe Bridgers because I never really noticed, I guess, how similar their vocal styles are, and then it sounds like she really takes some cues with the lyrics on this one too. There's a lot of like you said, like specificity, like naming certain
locations
and brands.
Moving out the Big Sur.
Yeah, the Big Sur line. Yeah.
I don't listen to this for the lyrics. It's like I get down with these like fucking instrumentals and vocal lines that are definitely concocted in a lab.
Yeah.
And she's a really impressive singer. I mean, she hits some like ultra high notes. The song she does with Robert Smith is great when he comes in. Dude. Like it's really nice.
It's the best song.
I love when Robert.
It's so good.
It feels like it's like he's haunting the whole album. It's like there's a song called The Cure. She mentions The Cure towards the beginning of the album.
It's on the first song, Just Like Heaven.
Yeah, Just Like Heaven. And then Robert Smith just comes out at the end. He's like,
and he sounds like it's like 1986.
Dude, he sounds
great. Fucking awesome.
Like his voice sounds like it hasn't aged a day.
You gotta respect Rob.
I dig a piano ballad a little bit. I'm into that. I'm a sad girl sometimes, or whatever. Maggots for Brains is probably my favorite. Just has a lot of my favorite like musical tropes and things like that. I really think I get where Evan's coming from, where it feels like a bit like cosplaying or something like that. I don't, I like follow her on Instagram, so I like, see.
You're friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
She's my best friend.
We talked, and she was like, JJ, how should I promote this album?
You're like, I'll tell you what, get Melt.
Yeah,
on the bill.
The bill. We'll open for you.
Yeah, we'll open for you. No problem. Everyone will love us. No, but Die Spitz opens for her. How could Olivia Rodrigo fans get down with Die Spitz?
That's
crazy.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's cool that she did that. But
cool. I mean, she's a ball knower. I just watched her Nardwuar interview that got posted the other day, and she knows. She's a little bit of a ball knower, but the album is pushed more like everyone's going slutty. That's kind of the move. Like Sabrina Carpenter is like the whatever, the bastion of sluttiness and then T Swift tried to do it with the Wood song and whatever.
Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo isn't necessarily like stepping into that slutty vein, and like she's dressed like in very like innocent clothing and like playing off this, like you said, schoolgirl a little bit. Like it's like I read into it as like intentionally like playful
herself.
and innocent, because like Guts and the one previous was like, here's this prior Disney kid, she's a rocker chick or whatever, and she was on SNL like stomping on cakes and stuff, whatever. This is like a clear pivot because like she also has mentioned how much she like uses color in like stuff like that, and this one isn't purple and things like that. So I really think that this was like very intentional, and the sound kind of reflects that to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I mean, they're like the ballads are nice. And most of them don't stay ballads,
Yeah.
Like Honeybee, I would say, is a ballad, but it kind of like, I don't know, like just the sound of it and how like enchanting it is. It's a very full sounding song.
Yeah, for sure.
That I at first listen, I was like, oh, we're kind of winding down the energy. But as I kept listening to the record, I was like, I think Honeybee might be one of my favorites on the record.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
I never got there on Honeybee. That and the one right before it, Stupid Song, like kind of back to back.
Yeah.
We're a little like, oh.
Stupid Song kind of picks up at the end, though.
It does.
Yeah.
I think the piano ballad that works the best for me is Less.
Yeah, Less is good.
Less is very
that
good. Yeah.
has like a classic. Like that sounds like it would be on a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Like an old ass one.
And it has some pretty good lyrics on it.
There are
It
good
does.
lyrics, and like the way the melody resolves, it almost sounds like a nursery rhyme, like it's
Yeah.
a classic, like a borrowed standard or something.
Yeah, like you listen to it and you're like, this could be in like Casablanca or
Yeah.
something.
Totally.
It is weird though. I was listening to it. You can hear like a squeaking chair throughout it. And
Yeah.
it was kind of
Respect,
driving
dude.
me nuts. I do also like Maggots for Brains.
Maggots for
Yeah.
brains.
That one sounds the most like Soccer Mommy or like a female indie band.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
me.
I mean, there's some aggro moments on here, like Maggots for Brains and My Way, and like The Cure kind of almost starts off sounding like a pop punk song, you know,
Little
like
bit.
like it like that acoustic like chug at the beginning sounds like, you know, like Blink-182, like something that was on fucking what's that last one that. What was the last one that they did? Fuck.
I forget. We
I don't know.
reviewed it and it was
We did.
awful.
It was
Yeah.
terrible. Whatever.
Fuck. I can't remember the name of that album at all.
One
find
more
it.
time.
One more time.
There you
that's
go.
it, yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, and then, but like, yeah, like what's wrong with me too, and Expectation, even though those aren't like aggro, they have some, you know, they're not ballads. Like I think that the biggest difference with this album is that there's just more ballads on it. But like, you know, Driver's License was one as well, and same with Vampire. You
Yeah,
know? So it's
true.
not like it's not something that she doesn't do.
For sure. And usually with her ballads,
Yeah.
what I like is that it's like this. The ballad
Yeah.
starts here and it ends
Yeah.
all the way at the top. And I think like I don't love Stupid Song, but it gets there,
It gets there.
where it has like there's one thing about these songs that I kept running into that I didn't like. I don't like when she raps.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's kind
Not
of her
good.
thing.
I know, and it's a
Yeah.
little more like if it's over like a guitar, like a heavy like
Yeah.
a power chord thing, that stuff, that and the cleverness went down a little bit easier on those songs because it kind of feels juvenile and the music sounds juvenile.
Yeah.
But when it's like this like lush piano thing and you're hitting
Yeah.
me with like Live Shady,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
it didn't work as well. But on Play Dead, I like that part where it's like a call and response, and then when the response comes in, it's like a fucking like orchestra, huge. But yeah, I think overall the back half works for me a lot better. Like basically from Purple to the end, I liked a lot more than everything before it. Although I did like My Way too.
I like My Way. I like you plus me equals the heart symbol, whatever the fuck.
Hearing you say that out loud is
I
really
didn't know
fun.
what the fuck that
I
was.
really
called.
like you.
I really
plus
like
me.
that one.
Yeah.
That's another one that really reminded me of Taylor Swift that carved our name. Well, no, that one's a little more Phoebe Bridgers. Carved our name into the car seat leather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Bridgers
Yeah.
line.
That's
dude.
very
This is
That's
a lease. Are
Bridgerton,
you out of
dude.
your mind?
This is a Kia Sportage, honey.
I'm not gonna get this back. I'm already over my
I'm
mileage.
already over my fucking mileage. You're driving me nuts back here.
No, the cynical humor and yacht rock music taste. That's Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That was
That was
like
the
a-
Bridgers and the Swift
that
right
was
next
like
to each other.
combining each. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was truly the sandwich.
Yeah, it was a peanut butter sardine sandwich.
I did
Yeah.
not like that line. I was like, "Come on, the fucking
Yacht rock music taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that there's a line about like, "I like your big sister because she
Yeah.
looks like you." I was like, "What?"
What?
But this album reminds me a lot, just in like the way it's structured. It reminds me a lot of that Lady Gaga album that came out last year, where it's just like it feels like there's a lot of like big songs.
There's a lot of flexing.
There's a lot of flexing, but they're all kind of in the same vein. Like it's like you take out the ballads; those are all in kind of the same vein. Then you have these big songs that are all kind of like written and formatted the same way, and it's like there's really not one to pick out because they're all like big songs.
Yeah.
But I think it does it better because it breaks up the album with like the slower ballady stuff a little bit more than
Yeah.
Mayhem did.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's still equal amounts of flexing. Like
Yeah.
she belts, she shows off her dynamics and things like that. But I dug the presentation. The initial rollout, like I said, kind of threw me off. I'm like, okay, I kind of wanted another rockin' thing, whatever. But there's still those on there. It's just a bit more scattered, I guess. Should we? Should we see it?
I did want to say that The Cure has like the corduroy chord progression, but it's strummed like Disarm.
Yeah.
That's all I
love that. Yeah, I know about Pearl Jam and Smashing Pumpkins.
Hear that? I'm into 90s rock too, Olivia. It's not just you.
Why don't you come be on the show?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, why don't you go first?
I'll go first. Yeah, I really liked this. I think it's like, if you would have told me that I would have liked a whimsical pivot from Olivia Rodrigo, I'd have been like, what? But I do. It keeps me coming back because there's like a lot of very familiar melodies, like things that I'm like, okay, that's not like ripped off, but that's definitely similar to something else, which like is good and bad, but like there's only so many notes, you know, and like especially when you're writing earwormy pop music, you have to combine things a certain way for we're not making microtonal shit out here, but like I said, there's a lot of standouts that aren't the singles, like Maggots for Brain, or the closer Cigarette Smoke builds to be this very like huge thing too. I think it's a nice way to end the album and stuff. And What's Wrong With Me is fucking sick. I'm not a Cure guy, but hearing Robert Smith come in there, I'm like, that's what this needed, because this would be a forgettable song without it. And he sounds fucking awesome. So I think the performances are great. It sounds really nice. The melodies are killer. The lyrics are not for me. They're not written for me. So, but like, I don't really take stock in much of that. That's not, I mean, if you talk to me about like a heavy record, I'm also not listening to those lyrics either. I'm just not a lyrics guy. So, but if you break this down into, this is scientific pop music meant to be consumed by people that like memorable shit, it does a pretty good job of that, sprinkling in some whimsy and some ballady, linen skirt wearing, prancing through the meadow shit. And I really liked it. I think I'm going to give it I think I'm going to land on a 7.9 out of 10 on this one.
I'll go next. I feel pretty similar to you, honestly. Like, I was, this album, let's just get it out of the way. It's not for me. Like, it's not like, something that I can really thoroughly enjoy and be like, this is great. Like, I think it's very good in everything it does, like just judging from, like a critical standpoint. The songs are memorable. The production sounds great. The performances are great. The little, differences between songs, like how much, how much of a sonic palette this has with, like, some of that 80s, like synthwave stuff, and then there's a little bit of, pop punk, and then there's the ballads, like, everything just sounds like incredible. Like, they did a fucking, fantastic job of producing this. And like I said, like, it's every song feels like it goes to its full extent. Like, it's funny because, like, listening to this back to back with the yhwh Nailgun record, I was
what a contrast.
I was like, wow, like they really went as far as they could go with all of these songs. There's like 3 choruses in every single song, or like a giant build, and then the yhwh Nailgun was like, oh fuck,
our title track's 32 seconds long,
done already. So yeah, like I liked that about it. Like it didn't feel like anything was too long or too short. It felt like kind of just right. Even though it is like a 50-minute long album. It's just because of how many tracks are on it though. Yeah. But every track seems like it's memorable. Like, I'm thinking about like the Haim record that came out last year, and that was like 13 tracks, and I like don't remember any of them. You know what I mean? Like, I can pick out most of these songs. I think my biggest critique with it is just like, I don't really know if Olivia Rodrigo is maintaining her like alternative rock, persona with this. I don't really know like what it's trying to be, and it doesn't have to be anything. It's just like, if you're coming into this wanting like the punk rock flavor that she, is known to give off. That's not really here, and I'm not really sure which genre she's trying to pivot into. Like, it seems like maybe there's like this kind of half-assed 80s synthwave flair on the back half, and then like with Robert Smith coming on the other half, is like, are we trying to lean into like a goth wave type of thing? And it's like, that's not really there either. This is just a pop record that doesn't really have an identity. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably her one that has the least amount of an identity. Like Die Spitz opening up for an artist that wrote Get Him Back makes more sense than Die Spitz opening up for a band that with any song on this record.
Yeah,
right?
true.
So yeah, I'm glad she hasn't been, Antonoffed. I'm glad she hasn't been like countryfied.
Yeah. Oh god.
Because everyone has done that, and I'm glad she didn't go like rocker.
Yeah.
Like there's rocker to it, but it's not like, let me wear leather and spikes for an album for a year.
The Miley Cyrus
like
album.
Miley Cyrus. Like, everyone has been poisoned by Antonoff, country, or rock, and it's still just like, no, this is just good pop music.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, but it's just kind of, the whole identity of it is kind of like, it's not really there. But fun record. I'm going to give it a 7.8.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm more mixed on it than you guys, and I think part of it is what you talked about, in that this album doesn't really feel like it has a very strong identity.
Yeah.
It kind of just feels like well-made pop music.
Yeah.
And mileage may vary. That doesn't interest me that much. And some of the songs that, even like as like an objective music theory, like whatever, I'm like, this is a good pop song that I don't remember much of, and I'm not that into. The stuff that I do like on the album is when it does have a bit more of an identity, like stuff like Expectations, stuff like My Way, where it does kind of... I think I like her more when she's just stealing. Just steal. Just steal the pop-punk 90s shit, steal the 80s synthwave stuff, because when it kind of falls into just like pop balladry with like a piano or some nice guitars, I'm like... I can kind of find this anywhere. I probably can't find it as well done.
Yeah.
But I like even the song that kind of sounds like Soccer Mommy, I'm like, there's a lot of indie rock that sounds exactly like this right now. So yeah, I think like half of the album works pretty well for me. The other half was kind of a slog for me to get through, if I'm being honest. I think the songs are written very well. Some of like the vocal stuff I have a tough time with, like lyrically. There's definitely moments where I'm like, it's just a little too clever for its own good. The rapping stuff I could do without.
Her voice gets like grating sometimes. Is that just me? Like, it's like so good where I'm just like, stop.
I don't think I can relate to that.
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
I'll finish later.
No. I don't know if it ever quite got there. It was just like that kind of stuff. Some of the lyric stuff, some of the what's it called, like the rapping type thing, just not my jam. A couple really good songs, as I mentioned. I think Less is like a really impressive song to be able to do something that bare bones that sounds like that classic. And the Bob Smith. I mean, you get Bob Smith's on there.
Bobby.
It's the best part of the album.
He
like,
rocked it, dude.
I didn't know it was him at first. Like, I was like, who's that guy's voice? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the verse comes on. I'm like, that has to
It's
be Robert
Robert,
Smith from
dude.
the fucking
Yeah.
Cure.
It made me listen. I immediately went on and put Disintegration. I was like, this is the best. Yeah.
So maybe I'm not as cool as Robert Smith if he's giving this the cosign, but
Yeah.
I'm feeling like a 6.3.
Wow.
Wow. A house
Dude.
divided.
It's a 7.3. That's a higher than Yahweh Nailgun.
Hell yeah.
That makes sense to me.
I at least had the dignity to give it a lower score than I gave Yahweh Nailgun. You guys need to turn in your fucking Chad cards
than
now.
my favorite band right now. It doesn't have to be better than Yahweh Nailgun, hell yeah, but that is a funny score.
That is a funny one,
That
which
is
is
funny.
why it has to be that.
Let's do that. Yeah, like I was saying before, like her voice is really good, but there are some like vocal tropes that she just does again and again and again on this record. Like there's a lot of quiet moments, and then she'll do like a whisper type of thing, and it's like it's there's something about it that like you hear it so many times, you're just like, oh my god, please.
For me, it was like it was more like catching whiffs of being like, that sounds like Phoebe Bridgers, or this sounds like another singer's
that might be,
affect.
Maybe that's what it is.
I tend to think that the whisper shit is more irritating when Billie Eilish does it, because it's damn near ASMR.
Yeah.
And ASMR grosses me out.
Yeah.
You know, when you hear the...
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, and I like the one thing, like the whispery stuff that she does, it's like, it's counterbalanced by eventually we're going to get to this like giant like singing section. So I do appreciate, I think she has a better understanding or utilizes dynamics a lot better than a lot of pop stars do. A lot of pop stuff will start at fucking 70% and we end there, whereas like she'll start way low, go way high. But yeah, like going back and listening to Guts, I just found that like much more engaging than this record, and like a more identifiable voice within the pop landscape than this was. It just kind of felt like half of it is like a cool new like 80s new wave kind of presentation of your songwriting, and then the other half kind of felt anonymous.
Yeah, I felt exactly that. I think the anonymous shit was just done well. You know, like the songs are still there, and it's still like, you know, it has its own identity as a song, but like with her, it doesn't really make sense. You're just like, I thought she was like fucking, you know, cool.
Yeah, thought you were Joan Jett.
I thought you were Joan Jett. Where's the Butthole Surfers stuff?
Well, I think that's part of it too. Is like, there's also part of me that feels like, you know, they tried to get my ass. You know what I mean? Like they gave a pop star with like they saw Poptimism winding down, that they couldn't just convince everybody that it was Taylor Swift is the best stuff. Where it's like, we got to give them one that has riffs.
Yeah,
and then not once did they hit me with a riff.
They didn't hit us with any riffs. On this.
Yeah, but I will say too, like, you know, we've seen what happens with some of these artists when they get fucking do not do that shit.
We'll get her.
When they get like, you know, fucking
the bag.
Well, they get the bag, but they get in like with these producers, and then their sound gets all fucked up. Or Taylor Swift tries to pander to horny people or whatever. Like this, I think there's something to be said for that. It seems to be like kind of staying true to what she's trying to do.
Honestly, this is probably a more honest portrayal of the type of sounds that interest her than something that sounds
forced,
or even that sounds like Veruca Salt. You know what I mean? Like, she was like 21 when that record came out.
I mean, and also she's like 24 now, so it could sound different in like 8 years if she's still doing it.
Like, she probably listens to as much pop music that sounds like this than she does the Butthole Surfers.
Yeah,
she probably doesn't listen to them at all. She probably just accidentally made a song that dudes were like, yeah, I think she's into the Butthole Surfers.
I saw her at a show. I tried to tell her about shellac, and then her fucking security arrested me. Can you believe that?
I keep sending her shit. I keep sending her Helmet albums on Instagram.
You ever listen to Hum?
You ever
Stars?
You're gonna really love the first 2 Deftones records. She's just like,
what do you mean?
Yeah, that is what
she's like. She's fucking contacting Chapel Roan. She's like, how do you get your fans killed again? Can I do that?
Yeah. Can you send me that number, that service that kills men?
Whoever kills your male fans, get me in touch with them. All right, it's a 7.3. 7.3 better than Yahweh Nailgun, hell yeah. For Olivia Rodrigo's new album, Chad just talked about for 40 minutes. Chad's, you're not going to understand.
I liked it.
It's a twisted mind.
It's a twisted mind.
Mencia.
It's sort of a Wayne Grow.
It's a Wayne Grow.
Oh, there you go.
Give me Wayne Grow.
I had to get it all.
Yeah, dude. Let us know what you thought of in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Get the shirt down in the description.
Going once, going twice. No.
Get the shirt down.
Ride Fest.
Go get your tickets to Ride Fest. Subscribe on Patreon. $5 a month to become a quitter. We're talking about Battle for Ozfest, episodes 7 and 8. I can't wait. Goodbye.